The captain secretly poured a bottle of liquor into his orange juice, downed it in one go, and then returned to the cockpit only to fall asleep at the controls. The newly appointed co-pilot was stunned, but thankfully, the flight remained smooth for most of the journey. However, just as they were preparing to land, something went wrong. The plane's elevator system suddenly malfunctioned, causing the aircraft to shake violently. The captain, jolted awake, immediately instructed the lead flight attendant to have all passengers fasten their seatbelts. Then, he stepped in to take control. But as soon as he grabbed the controls, he realized the plane was no longer responding, it had gone into a free fall. He quickly notified the control tower to declare an emergency. In an effort to slow the descent, he dumped the fuel to reduce the aircraft's weight. Then, he told the co-pilot to lower the landing gear in preparation for an emergency landing. But the plane was diving straight down, making a normal landing impossible. The ground was coming up fast, buildings were clearly visible now, and it looked like a catastrophic crash was inevitable. Thinking fast, the captain made a bold move. He twisted the controls and flipped the plane upside down, flying it in reverse to buy more time and avoid a densely populated area. Though the descent finally stopped, they were still far from safe. With no fuel left and engine failures setting in, they couldn't make it to the airport. The captain had no choice but to attempt an emergency landing in an open field just ahead, but directly in their path was a church. He fought the controls, trying desperately to steer clear. Despite his efforts, one of the wings clipped the building. The impact was massive, and the captain lost consciousness on the spot. Luckily, since he had dumped the fuel earlier, the crash didn't trigger an explosion. When the captain woke up, news coverage of his heroic emergency landing was playing on TV. The airline's CEO informed him that out of the 102 passengers on board, 96 had survived. But then came the blow. Doctors had found traces of alcohol in the captain's blood. If any deaths were linked to his drinking, he could be sentenced to life in prison. Cold sweat broke out on his back. A lawyer nearby reassured him if they could cover up the fact that he had been drinking and shift the blame onto a possible mechanical failure by the aircraft manufacturer, they might be able to spin the situation in their favor. But first, they had to make that alcohol report disappear.